Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Palava Live. My name is Ken Ochonogo. And I tell you, the plots or the saga keeps unfolding. We are back in Zurich, and a feel as we are getting is that the man who was voted FIFA president in 1998, of course, remember that he was there as Secretary General from 1981, a Director of Sport Development from 1975, 17 years as the Secretary General of FIFA, and then another 17 years, 1998 to 2015. He's been there as FIFA president. And then when he was re-elected for an unprecedented term, that was on the 29th of May, people said, hooray, maybe there are certain good things, that made his electorate then, to bring him back. But barely 4 days after, on June the 2nd, the man says, I'm throwing the towel, I'm resigning. No mass. Remember, Roberto Duran, when he says, no mass, I'm doing no more. It is too much. The intrigues, the treachery, the conspiracy, a lot of things have gone on that I can take it no more. So, but then he will be at the helm of affairs, probably till December, during the extraordinary Congress. But then, another election would have to take place by, February, March 2016. That was the story. And I tell you, some persons greeted it with relief. Others said, thank God, the whole problem is over. Others said, no, this is witch hunting. We did this. We looked at whether he was a hero or villain, probably just like a week ago. But then right now, the story is Sepp Blatter might not go. Is he on resigning? That is what we are looking at. And if that is his motive, if that is the reason why we are saying this, should he on resign? We've seen athletes, we've seen boxers, we've seen footballers who retired and come back from retirement. We've seen politicians who retired and come back. But then we've now seen the head of an international organization, having said he's coming back. But is there a reason why he should come back? If he says, yes, I tendered my resignation, you have not accepted it. Until then, I am back. So let's start with the gladiator who believes that, why not? If the man says, I'm not going anymore, nobody forced me, it was a voluntary decision. Why can't I come back? Why can't I change my mind? Harrison Princewell. Hello, Harrison.
It's a pleasure being here, Jen. Good afternoon. You've just said it all. It's a matter of choice, first and foremost, either to resign or not to resign. But your achievements should speak for you. The man, Joseph Sepp Blatter, is an icon when it comes to football all over the world. This is one man who made promises and kept his promises. Let's even start from the minute one. Before the World Cup took this magnitude, the African and Asian countries struggled to even qualify their teams, and it was 3 slots. He came and made a promise and says, I'll give you 5. He kept it. Of recent, he took football to India. India is a cricketing nation. Over 8 million pounds, not dollars this time, pounds, has been spent to rejuvenate football in India. Then let's come back to the big one. Between 2011 and 2015, FIFA has grossed in $5.78 billion. That's massive. And if you look at their reservoir, they have $1.73 billion they can fall back on. Now, let's look at the gross earning. Within just 6 years, they've made £338 million as profit. Now, this is one man who believes that football was within the hands of some few people in Europe. He has made it a global phenomenon, where grassroots football is something everybody can feel, where he has circulated money within Asia, Europe, and in Latin America. And you tell this man he has not done too well. I must say this, no man is perfect, but for Sepp Blatter, he has given the world of football the very best within his capacity.
Wow. Wale Adekoya, you heard him. The man says, here's a man who has redistributed football. Here's a man who has turned into a money-making machine, where we talk about where fund is a problem. It's the most profitable organization, a juggernaut. The man has, he kept his promises. He said, I will give Africa 5, he gave them 5. I mean, is that not enough reason for the man to say, yes, I have some good jobs I want to, let me complete them, even if I had said I was quitting?
Oh, well, Ken, I heard him. I heard his sermon, but expectedly, I'm not convinced because the question is there ever a time that illegality can breed legality? What is the sense for a man to be the 21st century Robin Hood while you take money from the big nations and you're stealing, as a matter of fact, from the big nations, and you are giving the smaller nations handouts, as it were. Prince Will talked about sending football around, taking it all over the world, all over the continents. But the question is, at what cost? Until 2 weeks ago, we were all celebrating. I was among the people who were celebrating the World Cup coming to Africa. But recent development have shown that it was at a cost. Prince Will may not know this. That World Cup you saw in South Africa cost us $10 million to one man and his cronies. And you are celebrating that. That is a celebration of mediocrity. That is celebration of charlatanism. That is celebration of corruption at its highest level. This is the 21st century. If people like Prince Will and co would love to go back to the Stone Age or the Iron Age, they can go along. But today, in the technological age, we are talking about change. We're talking about diversity. We're talking about moving along with tides. And a man who has been in a position for, I'm 41 years old, he's been there for 40 years. So maybe Blatter and I were age mates, as far as concerned. I say a capital no to corruption, to disunity, and for an emperor of the 21st century, I say a capital no.
Let me come here.
Before you take that, first of all, I want to say you use the word stealing. Blatter has not been convicted yet of. He has not been accused.
I was going to take that up
now. So, but then the tenor between you and Blatter, I think your age is the same as Blatter's tenor.
I'm only 8 months older.
Okay, 8 months older than Blatter's tenor. Okay,
let me come in here. Yeah. Talk about disunity. The FIFA family, the football family, is ever united under Sepp Blatter's tenure than any other president.
Pardon me?
You went to an election. Let's just take the recent one.
Yes.
You went to an election and you had 209 members. You got 65% of the members voting for you. That is loyalty. What else do you want to explain?
Let me tell you what is
Let me tell you what to expect. You were telling me Stone Age.
You must
forget that.
Prince Will, before I forget anything,
football
I
was
want you to
between the
listen to
European nation and the Asian and African and Latin American nation.
You must
never
listen
had
to
that
this.
time.
Can you take? Okay,
Sepp Blatter came in and gave life.
He said
it should be my turn.
I decide whose turn it is.
Please decide.
So I ask you this because he said something. You talk about disunity, and he said this is a man who got 133 votes out of 209.
Loyalty.
Is that not loyalty?
Let me
is that not
you.
vote of confidence? Yes.
Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence.
But we saw the election.
How can you tell me 9 top officials, 5 senior marketing executives, they've been fallen, indicted, they've been superbly indicted. Only one human being is left standing. How can you tell me 9 officials will be indicted without you?
Is it possible?
Have you ever seen that happen anywhere in the world?
His question is asking is quite simple. Is it possible for you to sit in a house of corruption
Your 9 topmost officials have been indicted.
Again, that's not the issue.
You said that is not the issue. What is the issue?
So you talked about not being indicted.
Where has football taken us to? It has given us
let's talk about that.
It has given us that belief that people can live from a particular field and make money.